Hi, we're here in New York at the Sports Business Journal Momentum Sports Marketing Symposium, and I'm joined to my left by Richard Black, CMO North America for Momentum, as well as Dan Fleetwood, VP of Global Partnerships for SAP. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We just came out of a session that was really focused around wearable technology. Dan, one of the analogies that you made on stage really caught my attention when Abe asked, where are we in terms of the evolution of wearables? Right. And you said, about the bottom of the first, which is about as early in the game as you can get. Right. Can you elaborate on that? Because I almost feel like we've been talking about wearables now for a couple of years and we have that much far to go still.
Yeah, and the interesting thing was you heard three different time frames from each of the panelists, and you know, it depends on where you are in this. For us, we're kind of early days because where we're looking at playing is really with elite athletes, right, and at the elite level. And I think what we're trying to really do right now is understand how these platforms are really going to be able to be supported at the league level and at the team level. And so we're just now entering in, having these discussions with these guys because it's, okay, now we've kind of got to the place where we know what the best data collection device is going to be. So now we're pulling all this data off, and what are we going to do with it, right? It's a ton of data. And it really means nothing until you put it through, until you clean it up, you aggregate it, clean it up, and start to derive the insights out of it. What is this data telling us? What are what are the data scientists kind of gleaning from all these information? What kind of trends can we spot? What kind of predictive behavior can we see through all this data coming off? The data is only as good as what you're learning from it, right? And so I think that's where we are to the point now, is really, how do we make this actionable, shareable data, whether it's to a coach or a GM or to the broadcaster or to the fan sitting in the stands or at home on his couch.
What I really like about what Dan was just talking about is, you listen to Tom O'Toole this morning, who's the former CMO of United. He talked about the redefinition of marketing, and he said, look, it's a data analytics ecosystem, and that will define marketing as we kind of move forward. So, here's a brand, a B2B brand, essentially playing in a very large B2C space, really looking to connect their brands and their properties together to really drive something unique for the fans. And that's kind of what's really exciting about the work that's sort of happening right now in the space.
But now let's talk about brands in general. A common theme over the last few hours is how everything is changing. New social channels, new distribution, new technology, and wearables are part of that. So from a brand perspective, they're evaluating the idea of, are wearables something that could benefit us? How do you help a brand have that conversation and figure out if this is an area of technology they should be looking into?
Sure. Well, it all starts with their business objectives, and then the fastest growing part of our business really is creative and technology and the merger of those two skills. And that's really where our investments as an agency have been. So once we've determined what the business is really trying to achieve, then we look at and we tell them, look, these are the technologies that are available to reach the target. And the brand has to decide, do they want to actually play in that game? Because regardless of the brand hops in or not, the fans are already there. The fans expect that in their experience. The fans want to know the beer line is shorter or longer, right? They want to know where to park. They want to know they want to get their merchandise now. So it's already happening to fan in the fan experience. So for brands, they have to find that authentic way where they can be part of that conversation. So our job essentially is to put the brands in the cultural conversation. The cultural conversation around sports is around technology. That's really the thing that's pushing the business and pushing all of our brands forward.
Do you think we'll flip the script a little bit? We're talking a lot mostly about wearables of the athletes themselves, but I mean, I have a wearable right now that could easily tell you my heart rate. Could we be getting to a point where the wearables that the consumers have are generating or improving the experience, so we can see the collective heart rate of everyone in the building during that last exciting moment? Are those things that you're looking into and you think brands are going to try to get involved with?
Fans have now taken control of the conversation, right? Fantasy. 10 years ago, there was no fantasy, right? Fantasy, in a way, is driven solely on data, right? And that's how you make your picks, that's how you follow everyone, that's how SAP really works with the NBA and stats. So I think it's already happening. Does it get as far as we monitor your heart rate in the stadium? I hope so.
If you're going to provide value to somebody, to let them provide you with your heart rate or your biometric data, then I think you're going to see a big buy-in on that.
Well, thank you both. A lot of great insights in the wearable technology space. Definitely something that's changing and something we all need to follow. So really appreciate the time.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.